Welcome to the Heartbreak to Happiness show with Sara Davison. If you're struggling with a breakup and you feel shocked, angry, betrayed, devastated, or sad and alone, then this podcast is for you. Best-selling author and award-winning host Sara Davison shares how you too can get on with your life to heal, grow, and move from heartbreak to happiness. Here's your host, Sara Davison.
Welcome back to the show, and today I am super excited to be talking to you about the Love Event. Now, this is a show that's coming up next year in Miami. It's on February the 4th to the 6th, 2022, and I am flying across the pond to be there myself because this is a phenomenal event. Now, you can attend live in person and come and say hi to me and meet me and the rest of the team, or you can tune in online and take part from wherever you are listening to this podcast. So what I've done is I've brought together the three titans of the personal development world who are behind the Love Event. They're pulling it together. It's their baby, their concept, and they are bringing some phenomenal speakers together at this event to give you so much incredible cutting edge information. Now, I brought them all together today to explain to you exactly what the event's all about, because I know it's going to be right up your street. I know this is something that all my listeners are going to benefit from. So I wanted to share it with you, but I wanted you to hear it from the very people who have created it themselves. So I am super excited to welcome three titans of the personal development world to my show today. We have Bernardo Moya, we have Mas Sajadi, and David Fagan. So guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, I am so excited to have you all in the same Zoom. It's amazing. So let's start with Bernardo. Would you like to, for those few people listening who don't know who you are, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes, thank you. I'm the founder of The Best You, author of The Question, and I've been in the personal development world for quite a few years through those brands. Maybe some people have heard of me through the Best You Expo, and now I'm also the promoter and kind of the man behind the idea of the Love Event, which I think is very needed. And I know you're going to introduce them yourselves, and David and Mas have been, my partners and supporters of this event. And I'm very grateful for them to being here and supporting us, and thanking you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're very welcome. Mas, over to you. Do you want to tell everyone? I know you've got so many followers, but let's see who doesn't know you out there, just what you do and who you are.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, my name is Mas Sajadi, and I guess people call me expert in human potential. I really help people understand who they are at a deep level.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're going to come back to you because I've got lots of questions to ask you in a moment. And David, welcome back to the show.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've worked more in the world of talent management, specifically when it comes to publishing people's books and courses, helping them with publicity, getting booked on shows and stages, and in the world of show production, And so when you work in talent management, it's a very fun field and process of, finding people, helping them discover their talents, helping them realize, where they want to change the world or make the most impact, and helping them be heard and be seen. And through that, there is a lot of personal development and, crafting of your message. And that's kind of where my passion lies at.
Well, I've had the pleasure to work with you, David, on my book, The Split, and I've known Bernardo for many, many years, and I'm super excited to meet Mas as well. So a great team today. We've brought everyone together because you've come together to put on what is going to be a phenomenal event called the Love Event, which is happening in Miami on the 4th to the 6th of February in 2022. So Bernardo, the man behind the idea and the concept, many millions of ideas and concepts actually Bernardo's had over the years. I've known him for about 26 years, and yeah, I can't keep up with him, but this idea is really blowing the socks off the rest. So tell us a bit about the Love Event, Bernardo.
Yeah, I think it came from a place of love, and it came because generally, globally, internationally, and also especially and including the personal development world. I think, the word love and acts of love is missing from our conversations. We're teaching people all these skills, how to, make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, how to become a phenomenal public speaker, social media worker. But at the end of the day, we're not really exploring, discussing more about love and how we could and should bring love more to the forefront. And, we all have had personal situations where we've lost a loved one, or all of a sudden, a friend has a terminal disease. And all of a sudden, we realize that our priorities are mistaken through our lives, where we're literally focusing on, hey, let's make money, let's buy another house, let's buy another car, let's stress ourselves a little bit more. And we forget and ignore the fact or the conversation around love. So I wanted to create an event that had more of a meaning, because I always feel I've never done enough. And I thought the love event is something that needed to happen. And it isn't. There was a lot of people, hey, what is the love event? Is it all lovey-dovey? Well, yes and no. But because the whole idea around it is, yes, we're going to be talking about love and self-love and relationships. Of course we are. But we're going to be digging deeper. And as it says, it's about bringing people together. What brings us together? And how can we elevate consciousness? And the idea of elevating consciousness is to educate ourselves, to become awake and aware of our surroundings, stop ignoring the facts of what's happening around the world, and be part of the solution. And that obviously brings us to hopefully care more and be kinder, which is the real conversations we're having: kindness, caring, and consciousness. And that's what this event's all about.
I think it's much needed right now. David, is that one of the reasons? I mean, right now, the world's going through a lot of change. I know we're across the pond. Well, I am from you guys at the moment, for sure. Is this one of the reasons why you wanted to get involved?
Yeah, as you said, Bernardo has quite a few things going on. As a matter of fact, I met both of you through Bernardo. He is very well connected. And out of all the things Bernardo has going on, which are all really amazing, this was the one that kind of spoke to me the most. And not just me personally, but, I do represent a group of people. I have regular events of my own. And this is really what they want. So from a perspective of, find out what the world wants and needs and give it to them. Imagine that, giving people what they need. This just kind of spoke to me as well as a big solution. And more specifically, to speak to what Bernardo was talking about, there is this idea of people buying back their life. Like, this is kind of a term I've been thinking about over the last couple of years more. It used to be like Bernardo said, hey, how do I get the corner office? How do I get the second home? Boy, I want that boat. I think there was even something more meaningful, with that. There's nothing wrong with those things. But now I think people want to work less. And the way that the world has been the last couple of years, people have had, and maybe even forced to have, more time with the people that matter most, the relationships that matter most. And, people are thinking more about love, kindness, caring, consciousness, but they don't necessarily know what that means. There's people that are somewhat accidentally stumbling upon, or who have been forced, to be at home more. And that's good. But now people are going, well, how do I do this more on purpose, by design? I don't want to wait around for something accidentally good to happen. And people want to get involved and they don't know how. Well, the love event is giving them a place to go, either literally, physically go to Miami and be there, or get online, watch the show, and participate and learn from other people who are buying back their lives, right? Who are reprioritizing their life. And I like to use the word worship, right? Not just what do we prioritize, but what do you worship most in your life, right? And which just means, to prioritize. So as Bernardo created a place and a space for that, I know my community got really excited. And so not only was I personally excited, but seeing everybody else kind of like, how do I get involved? I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be something. I got to be a part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, me too. I'm flying out for it. I cannot wait. So, Mas, I mean, as David said, there's some key words there: love, kindness, caring, consciousness. I guess they're all
Yeah.
kind of buzzwords, aren't they? They're buzzwords that people can sort of bandy around a bit without really fully taking on the true meaning of those words. What
True.
do you think about that?
Well, like David was saying, that a lot of people throw those words out, but they don't know what it means, or what probably has happened over the millennia that people have been around, is that they've used those words, but they didn't quite get back what they think that they were going to get. Because it's like, gosh, I'm going to go love somebody, and then it's like destroys them. Just think about you all, even, you're the relationship expert, the divorce expert. We fall in love, and then what happens? We get trashed. We literally get trashed, right? So it's kind of like a plane that's crashed. And that's what I really literally do, is like, I go into the black box of humanity, or I have, and I'm going. So when Bernardo came, brought this up to me, Bernardo and David, and it's like, damn, they're telling me all about, let's have this love event and all that. And it sounded really good, but it's like, damn, guys, that kind of stuff hasn't worked out. There's been love events, there's been a ton of stuff. So let's do it right this time. And that's why we got together. It's like, God, let's go deeper and really understand why love doesn't work out in this reality. And that's what I'm about. And that's what, Bernardo and David is coming up to understand as well, as like, hey, there's a deeper understanding or a deeper reason why love hasn't worked out. So first of all, I think we have to really define what love is. In this reality. In this reality, most people think that love equals sacrifice. I have to sacrifice X for love, or X for abundance, with what's happening in today's state, right? People are crammed, into their houses again, and they start to realize what's important. But then people, like David was saying, is people are starting to realize, it's like, well, shit, I've sacrificed myself, for the money, for the job, for whatever, for the success. Now, what I'm going to do is sacrifice myself again, because now I'm going to sacrifice the wealth and the goodness of this reality for me to have a peace of mind, for me to love people. So we're kind of retreading or recreating the same thing, just differently. So what I want to do with this love event is like, hey guys, why can't we have it all? Because we are beings of great potential, right? And we can have it all.
Yeah. So excited. David, have you got anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, tons of things. I mean, this could kind of turn into a little mini love event right here, which is kind of fun in a way. But, I think that what Moss is talking about and what Bernardo has created for us is a way to bring people together. And that's why the tagline, bring people together. And again, sometimes we have to look at sort of what's the opposite of that, people being divided. And, politics has divided us a lot, business have divided us a lot, the haves and the have-nots, the social classes. This is the stuff that TV and films, movies, shows, are constantly being made about. Since the dawn of time. You can go back to Shakespeare, and people are showing how people are divided. And, the opportunity to try to bring people together then has to do the opposite, right? It has to show, how are we the same? Yeah, sure, we're different. Great. Men, women, races, binary, colors, skin, cultures. Great, fine, we're different. Can we just take a little time and talk about how we're the same? We want to be loved. We want to be heard. We want to be validated. We want to find a place. We want to have a family. We want to have a community. We want to belong. What does it mean to belong? And Moss has his own community, and Bernardo has his own community, and I have my own community. And sometimes our communities overlap a little bit. And even within our communities, we have hot topics. Do I get a shot? Do I not get a shot? Right? Do I vote this way? Do I not vote this way? Do I wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask? I mean, there's just all these things dividing us. And so I think we've got to find the ways within these issues to kind of say, okay, fine, we differ there, but what can we agree on? What are we the same on? How do we support each other? And that's where I think the platform here is going to create some really cool conversations. And that might be a good lead in too for Bernardo to talk about maybe some of the panels that he envisions, and, you know, some of the topics that might help us break down, you know, some of these issues that essentially won't just bring us together, but help us figure out, you know, how we're the same and make it easier to love each other by finding those similar things. You know, when I see myself in someone else, it's like, oh, you know, Moss, he's kind of like me. Sara, you know, you're kind of like me. You're different than me in some ways, but you know what? We share this, right? You know, you've got a son. You want him to grow up in a certain kind of world. You know, you're just trying to give him a fighting chance. You know, I can relate to that. You know, so what are all the ways that, you know, we can relate to each other and connect with each other?
Yeah, much needed. So Bernardo, tell us, who can we expect to see and what are the panels that you've got lined up for us?
Well, it's exactly what David and Mass were saying, you know, kind of, it all starts with the idea of, so what we've done, and I'm sure you're going to share with the community, we put a survey together, which we're getting hundreds and potentially eventually we'll get tens or thousands of people filling in. And we're asking them, hey, what's close to your heart? You know, is breathing in a planet that is not polluted important to you? And for your kids, oh, well, yes, global warming could be an important factor. Let's talk about that. You know, and then is mental health an issue? Is people sleeping on the streets? More and more people sleeping on the streets. Is that an issue? Is there something that we could address and talk about? Hunger, you know, gender inequality, you know, abuse in relationships. So we're actually asking people, what's close to their heart? And they're telling us. So those are the panels that we're going to be running. We're going to be running those at the event, and they're going to be packed with so much knowledge and wisdom. I'm trying to squeeze it all in, because when you put together, you know, someone like David and then Mass and then yourself, or, you know, Marissa Pia and Ken Honda, and, you know, we start John DeMartini, and we got all these great people participating and getting involved. And, you know, and everyone has phenomenal expertise. These panels are going to be absolutely amazing, you know, but they're going to be running all sorts of subjects and conversations throughout the 3 days. And we're going to keep it very dynamic. You know, I know a lot of you have seen a lot of these events where literally all they're doing is they spend 55 minutes telling you, you know, how amazing their program is. And then they spend 5 minutes giving you information. Or 55 minutes trying to sell you something and 5 minutes giving you information. Here, everything is love. Everything is, we're sharing knowledge, wisdom, information, and we're really trying to help each other and help, you know, make a difference. So it's a place where it's going to be very dynamic, 20-minute talks, panels throughout the 3 days. And yes, you know, we've got some phenomenal speakers already confirmed, and there's more and more, and everything's on the webpage, theloveevent.com.
Well, everyone needs to head on over there and check that out for sure. I mean, I'm so excited. I think this is going to be the first event of its kind. And I think it's going to bring so many people together, because we can access that. I mean, obviously, I'm going to Miami, and I hope as many people listening can get to Miami for the event. But you can also access it online, right? So who can tell me about how we can access it?
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, I'll jump in with that quickly. So what we've got is we look, there's no excuse. All right, there's no excuse. You can come and watch it live. You know, old school, everything's okay. We were in Miami, weren't we, David? And kind of everyone's walking around, no mask. Hey, it was cool. We were back in the room, you know, 3,500 people. So yes, you can come and watch it live. If you still wear a mask at home and you want to watch it at home, hey, you can do that too. You can watch it online. We've got the online option with thousands of dollars of bonuses, or you can even watch it online for free. But we're also putting it on the Best You TV, which is we're very excited about. So anyone with a phone, a device, a Roku TV, Apple, Amazon, Google Play can watch it from the comfort of their home, because we want people to watch it, as many people to watch it, and as many people to watch it live, because we've also got a gala evening on a Saturday. But if they wanted to watch it at a later date, 24, 48 hours, the whole show will be uploaded as well onto the TV channel. So we want to give people the opportunity to get involved. So yes, we'll be there. It's the Blue Lagoon in Miami, just close to the airport, and 4th to the 6th of February. Anything else you wanted to add to that, David?
No, I think that logistically that covers it. I think if we expanded on that, you know, this event is really a lot of different events in one. Like there's events going on inside the event, right? So like, we've got a whole, bookstore, book club inside there, where people can come, we want their ideas, we want their thoughts, we want their publications. There's people who will have, exhibits there and kind of be sharing some of their teaching and ideas and information, not just speakers, but panels. And I think we use the word event, and it's sort of all encompassing, but again, I would even drill down a little bit on that. This is really more of a show, and the best events nowadays are more of shows, meaning imagine more of some hosts, and imagine a big conversation being had, and imagine people being called up and introduced and brought on stage and just involved in the conversation. This isn't so much like, I say Moss's bio and then he speaks for 60 minutes with a PowerPoint presentation. It's not that.
No.
Right? It's not, and then as soon as he's done, then the next person comes up and we read a bio and then, they turn on their power. It's not that kind of thing. It's more of a, chairs and sit down and stools and, panel and, conversations and, getting the audience involvement and, more of a flow or a natural flow of the hot topics. And one of the things that kind of comes up during that time is people that want to continue that conversation. So we're starting the conversation, but we want that conversation to continue online, and offline and in meetings and in meals and in dinners. And in, I think you're going to see people walking away with, new initiatives, new organizations they want to help and support. There's nonprofits getting involved. There's charities getting involved. So this is, again, it's like, it's one big event, but there's almost like events within the events. There's a show element to the event that I think even better describes it.
Yeah, I know Michelle Dewsbury's speaking too, isn't she? Michelle from Unsilenced Voices, she's going to be there.
She is, and she's one of the charities we're supporting, and there's so many more coming. And as I said, we've got a gala on that evening where we're going to be doing some awards, recognizing and acknowledging some of those great charities causes. And we've got pretty much some very exciting things being announced in the coming weeks and months. But it is, as David pointed out, lots of panels. I mean, you, Sarah, you'll probably be hosting one panel. We've got the downtime on coffee breaks and lunch breaks where we're going to have the red carpet and we're going to be interviewing people. And again, very dynamic with multiple speakers, multiple hosts, so it's just not a familiar face throughout the 3 days. That's kind of the idea to bring, amazing information, a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and hopefully, people wanting to at the end of it, see how they can start focusing more on love in their lives.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, and Maz, one final question for you, Maz. What would you hope for people who are listening right now, if they're going to tune in or get on a plane or fly over, turn up? What's one thing that you would love them to walk away with, that they could maybe expect to walk away with having attended the event?
I was just thinking just one thing. Wow, I think they're going to walk away with a ton of things, but I think the biggest key factor that that this whole thing is coming about is like people start to really understand who they are. Most people, reach out for love, and that's the problem. Most events out there, love events, whatever that's been in the past, it's always about, hey, I'm going to extend my love out and then it's going to be all good, but then you walk away empty. With this, it's like, well, how do you generate love from the inside? And it's a fountain of limitless potential, right? Once you start to generate love from within, because we are limitless beings. So I think that's the biggest key, is that you actually start to find out who you really are. And when that love, binds your internal self with your higher potential, you naturally are a nice person. David was saying is like people, buzzwords, being kind, being loving, being all that are just buzzwords because, well, people aren't getting what they're needing. So people in this event are actually going to get what they need, that deeper understanding of who they are. And then they actually naturally turn out to be nice. They naturally turn to be kind. They're loving to others just naturally because that's their natural state. They jump into their natural state of who they are. and then they exude who they really are, which is love. So
yeah, very nice.
David, few last words from you, and then we'll come to Bernardo to finish off.
Yeah, it just, we're talking about all these great speakers, and there will be great speakers. We're talking about all these things that are going on, but just as important as anything, this event is for everyone. It's really for you who's listening right now. We want to give everyone a voice. We will involve the audience. You will have a chance to talk. By talking about events, being within the event, my event that I do is being postponed, and like I'm bringing my people. In my event, we're kind of about connecting and collaborating and creating together. That's going to happen here. Some people want to call that networking. I don't like that word. I don't really think that's what we're doing here. It's more like relationship building. But don't feel like you're coming to watch something. You're coming to be a part of something, not watch something, be a part of something. So, you're going to have an opportunity to meet some amazing people. You will have access to Bernardo. You will have access to Moss. You will have access to me. You will have access to these people, because when we're on stage, it is involving the audience. Hey, what do you guys think about this? Hey, who here has a question for so-and-so? Even the people at home, we're setting up a team to, for people to put things in the chat box and for people to participate and be involved with the experience, right? This isn't, you staring at a screen or you quietly sitting in an audience. If that's what works best for you, fine. But we're looking for every way we can for you to be involved and a part of the experience, right? We want it to be interactive so you can connect and collaborate and create with people.
Wow, I love that. Interactive event, show even. It's phenomenal. Bernardo, over to you for a few final words.
Yeah, I think that's it, really. The idea was to produce something that is not only well produced, but reaches hundreds of thousands of people and eventually millions. This will become a yearly event. This is not a one-off. This is going to become a yearly event and will grow exponentially. I have no doubt. Love starts with self-love. And also the only way we're going to start really caring and, really doing something about everything that we're going through in the world is by elevating our consciousness, which means learning and being aware, and yes, caring about it, because a lot of people just go through their lives, and because it doesn't affect them, hey, guess what? It doesn't bother me, but it has to bother you that, our kids might not have, a clean environment in the future, or it must bother you that there's women out there that are being abused, or it must bother you that a lot of people that are, don't give themselves self-love enough, and they're going through a terrible life. All these things matter. All these things are important. So put the rest of your daily stressful life, put that on the side for a day, and let's all start thinking about what can we do now to start bringing more love into our lives and to sharing more love. That's what this event's about. Listen, trust me, every single person listening to this today, tomorrow, or in the future, there is nothing more important than health and love. The rest is all completely irrelevant. You will not be thinking about your shoes, your car, your suits, or what? How many handbags do you have? When you're on your deathbed, that will not be important. This and these conversations is what's going to be important, and that's what we'll be doing there. 4th to the 6th of February, the Love Event. Hope you join us there.
Amazing, amazing. And Bernardo, one more time, where can we find our tickets? Where can we go to reserve our place?
theloveevent.com. If you just go to the page, scroll all the way down, you'll see the agendas getting filled in every day. You see the speakers. You can literally fill in the form, please, for what you would like us to talk on those panels. You can still be involved, participate as a speaker, as a sponsor. We're obviously, listen, this is, as David pointed out, this is not my event. This is not our event. This is everyone's event. If you wanted to get involved, if you want to help and support, we really need the help and support. We want to reach as many people as possible. And then literally you can go scroll all the way down and register, okay? From free tickets up to like the gala, the general admission, very affordable. But we would love as many people as possible to join the conversation.
Amazing. Well, thank you all for being part of this. Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mas, for joining me today. Guys listening, this is going to be one hell of an event. It really is. So get your tickets, head on over to theloveevent.com and do come, as David said, and say hello to us all and come and have a chat and ask us questions and just get immersed, because this could change your life.
Thank you so much for kind of all the work that you do, all the people that you help, to go through a tough time. And we're honored and blessed to kind of have you there, with your presence, your great energy, and also kind of sharing kind of all your knowledge and wisdom at the event. So thank you so much, and for sharing the message here today.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see you all in person. It's been way too long. Right, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to head on over to theloveevent.com to get your tickets right now, guys, before they go. And I look forward to you joining me on my next episode.
That's it for today's episode of Heartbreak to Happiness. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to win a free ticket to one of Sara's virtual retreats. The retreats are a transformative combination of live webinars with Sara herself, coupled with empowering online video programs designed to help you cope better with your breakup and start feeling happy again. For more details, head on over to heartbreakttohappinesspodcast.com, where you can also get a copy of Sara's free gift. Thank you, and join us again on the next episode for another dose of Heartbreak to Happiness.